Hey, so remember we planned 2 special episodes for the fans out there?
See, before we started the episode, you did mention that we planned 2 special ones, and I can't think of the other one. I can think of the one we're going to talk about. Was the special one the last episode that we did that they still haven't heard yet? Well, of course they wouldn't hear it because we're doing this one.
Yeah, they would have to...
They're not even close to hearing.
They're not even really close to hearing the last special episode because we haven't posted the 2 before that even.
Right. Is it only 2? Because we have...
There's 2 and then the special... Like, honestly, people are a month away from hearing this episode right now. If we are on the ball.
Right. I'm hoping... I don't know. I'm debating right now if we release 2 episodes a week until we get there, just so we're caught up. Or if we just keep some, like, banked up.
I was actually debating if we release any more at all. Or if we just do this for ourselves. Yeah, and then we can just like listen back to it. Like we'll send each other's files, we'll put it together, and we can just like listen to it for ourselves.
Honestly, that's great for me because it's a lot less work.
Yeah.
So if we just do this and forget everyone else, this actually becomes almost a more enjoyable experience.
Yeah, let's still like talk like we're talking to other people because I like that dynamic of the show, like pretending there's an audience, but like we'll just listen to it, you and me.
Right, because clearly we have a massive audience.
There has been an outrage. There's been an outrage on social media that we have not been posting.
Yep, there's
episodes.
Been Twitter things going up, the hashtags.
Yes,
about first last.
I was referring
trending.
I was referring more to Facebook that tells me like every 2 days, hey, you haven't posted anything on first last.
Oh, and that's clearly because someone had questioned Facebook.
Exactly. That's how I figure it works. Like that you have to go through the channels because you can't talk directly to the stars, right? You can't go directly to a huge star.
We're not that accessible.
No, you make a complaint, a comment to Facebook. You say that this hasn't been posting.
Maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, you could have just talked to us directly.
But
it doesn't work like that anymore.
No, now you kind of have to. There has to be a middleman now. So
the other show took off, and that's why they asked us to do another show.
Yeah, they did. They asked us to do another one.
This was not something that we really wanted to do.
Really? No, not really. Still don't want to, but
no. But it's money.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, give the people what they want thing, which we haven't been doing. We've been holding on to them.
Yeah. But you know what? I think every star is a little bit selfish in that way, to where this is... And not even star. Let me take that back. Every creator. This is our thing. This is our baby. And we have to wait for it to mature enough to send out into the world. And it's not there yet.
Well, it's like
the world isn't there yet. We're there. We have to wait for the world to catch up to us.
It's very similar to the, like, you have to wait 3 days to call a girl after the first date. Otherwise, you're going to seem too eager, right? So we're putting out episodes every week. I think it could just seem a little too eager. Right.
Putting out a new episode every week is pretty much like telling a girl on the first date that you love her.
Yes, exactly. It's very, very similar. Yeah. So, you know what? We took some advice from some friends and maybe some television shows, and we decided to make the people wait for it.
Yep.
Yeah. So if telling a girl on the first date you love her is posting every week, then waiting 3 days to call is waiting a month to post your next episode.
And that's... So far, we've been able to stick to that plan easily.
Oh, yeah.
I have not found it to be difficult whatsoever.
No, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to not do something.
Yeah, it's way easier to tell her that you don't love her on the first date than it is to tell her that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you just don't do it. You just do anything else.
So, Dean, what was the show that we were going to do?
Okay, so this was supposed to be special episode number 2, where I got an actor of one of the television shows to come on the show as a guest.
Yeah, I almost feel like you say actor, and people... We kind of built it up. We're about 5 minutes into this now, and we kind of built it up. They were expecting something kind of cool. I mean, they have us every time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. But it's like, here's the thing. It's different circles, right?
Yeah.
There's like podcast stars, and then there's like acting stars. So,
which is like a step below podcast.
oh, yeah. It's a step below. But it brings a new perspective. Because, like, he will have been in the show.
Right.
So, like,
Right.
it'll be kind of a cool dynamic where it's someone that we have been watching will be on the show. And for him, it's going to be cool, too, because it's going to be like the podcast host he listens to every week. Well, sometimes every month. He's going to get to talk to. He's going to get to be on the show.
Formally every week.
It's really just special for him. Is really why we call it a special episode.
Right. It'll be special for him because he's being acknowledged for the work. Is it work? Is that what
I think
call
so.
it?
Yeah, I think they call it work. I think.
I have a problem with that, but we'll stick with it for now because I can't come up with anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll finally be acknowledged for the work that he puts in. No, it still doesn't sound right.
No, don't go with work.
He'll
time?
be acknowledged for the, I guess, but is their time all that valuable?
It is just it's time. You don't have to say valuable time, just time.
Just time.
The time he's putting in.
All right.
Yeah, so like we won't spoil the show that he is on, that he is the star of.
Right.
Because
and I think everyone has heard of this show before.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
This is I would venture to guess that everybody has watched it.
At least once.
Yeah, at least once, exactly. It's a rewatcher. It constantly is on my TV. That's all I know.
Each time you watch it, you find something new to take away.
Yes.
And that's what I appreciate about the show.
It is one of those shows, one of those great shows. So we're not going to spoil it because we still want to do it. It is just, you know how flaky actors are, right? Like, there have been at least 3 times where you and I have been sitting down to the mic, and he has just not shown up.
No, we actually started the intro. We had everything going.
And then, like, introducing blank, and he just wasn't there.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
Well, I hope so, yeah. It's, for him, really, just to kind of boost his career, it would be...
That's what we like to do. So we're at the point now where it's all about giving back to the world. And I feel like if we can do that for this guy, and which we can, if he gets back to us,
then we can feel really good about ourselves.
Right. It's charitable.
Yeah.
And I'm nothing if not a charitable person.
Oh yeah, I think everybody at this point knows that.
Right. Welcome to First Last with Alex and Dean. Let's see. I feel like that wasn't a good opening. I get some good ones every so often.
Could be because it's 9 in the morning.
Could be. Well, it's a little later now. It's almost 10.
No, I just go. I kind of go with the truncation method, where I just take the first number. So
even though it's 9:54, it's
9.
really 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. Soon it will be 10. But that's kind of how it just. When you have like a fast-paced life like I do, you can't really concern yourself with the last 2 digits.
I really appreciate that type of thinking.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Hey, let's get together at 9, and I can show up 9:45, and I'm there on time.
Exactly. Yes.
I like that.
You give yourself that window because saying a specific time, how are you going to get there for that minute? You can't I can't be a person who's letting people down.
Are all the watches coordinated in the world?
I think that's how it works.
Well, they're exactly the same?
Like phone clocks.
Well,
what's a watch?
Who uses a phone? I have people for this sort of stuff. I don't ever look at the time.
Yeah,
they bring me to where I need to be at the times that I need to be there.
Exactly, and all those people are synced.
Okay, is that okay? Yeah, I just thought.
All assistants have universal time sync.
Oh,
I don't know if you've heard of it. It's kind of new. Mine does. My assistant does.
I don't really have to ever think about it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. But I feel like I still need to try this again.
I think you do. I think it was...
I owe it to...
It was very poor.
Our listeners, which is funny because we're not actually posting this stuff
anymore. Yeah, we aren't going to have them anymore.
This is just for you.
That is funny, yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the First Last podcast with Alex and Dean.
That was good.
You like that?
Yeah, you left it off with like an ellipses, though. I was expecting more.
Well, that's what we want to do. Is we want the people to expect more.
That's good. We should end every sentence like it's going to be with an ellipses.
I thought you were going to say we should end every sentence with introducing the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, that might be kind of hard. Welcome to the First Last Podcast with Alex and Dean.
That would be. I'm not quite sure people would really dig that. Welcome to the First Last Podcast with Alex and Dean.
I guess. Welcome to the... No, I can see it right there.
Okay.
I tried. Yeah.
Scrap that. We're just trying new things here. We're just going to scrap that one.
Yeah. People, this is live.
This is
live. At the time that we record it.
This is live on the air right now. You're listening to it, and we're speaking it at the same time.
No. It's live for us. But for our listeners, which again is funny because there are no listeners, it's not going to be live for them.
It's dead for them.
Right.
Okay.
This is all dead.
Oh, that's why at the beginning you say 1, 2, 3, record.
Well,
I thought that was just like us going live on the air.
Oh, so you don't actually hit the record button?
No.
Okay.
At least this time I didn't.
Oh. Welcome to the First Last Podcast with Alex and Dean. What are we talking? Okay, tonight, let's just get to it. Let's get to it. I have something caught in my throat right now. Excuse me. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right before we started. And I feel like the peanut butter has somewhat coated my throat.
You got some PB in the throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a glass of milk, which I'm not someone who... I don't really care for milk that much, but when I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you have to have milk.
Right.
That's just how it goes.
You have to. I don't.
Right. Yeah. I guess you are you not a milk person? You're not even a peanut butter and jelly person.
Right. But like for me, milk doesn't do the body good for me.
Oh, that's right. Because you're one of those freaks.
Yeah. So if I had peanut butter jelly sandwich and milk, this podcast would only be 10 minutes long, which might be what the people want at this point. Maybe I'll have milk next show.
We're already at 13 minutes, and they're already waiting for us to get going. So what we need to do from now on is right before we start, have you chug a glass of milk.
Yes.
And then like speed through the show because people get to the point.
We would get to the show right away because at this point, someone has clicked on something that says "How I Met Your Mother," and we have yet to mention the name.
No, but if they know the show, they've noticed the subtle nods to the show that we've snuck in already.
I would like to think they did, which, like you said, just keeps them. It's almost like the ellipses at the end. It just keeps them wanting more.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, okay, maybe I did click on the right thing.
Oh, are they going to talk about it? It sounds like they're going to get there. No.
Let's get there though. I think
we're there now.
Yeah.
I mean, we got there.
Yeah, we're there. We're just kind of we're almost like waiting in the lobby right now.
Yeah. They probably feel like they're waiting in the lobby at the moment.
Right.
They're waiting in the waiting room right now, and we're the doctors inside who overbook all of our appointment times.
Yeah. So they're sitting there with their pants around their ankles because that's what you do at the doctor's office.
I'm sitting here with my pants around my ankles.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Because that's what the doctor's doing in his room as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this was a Dean show.
Obviously,
it's How I Met Your Mother. Why did you pick this show? You've talked about it before. You've mentioned, hey, maybe we'll do How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so
I've had responses to that. I'm not going to tell the people what the responses are.
That's because this is a family show, so you can't say the responses you've had.
What?
We'd have to edit it out.
Yeah, and that's more work for me, but we're the only ones listening.
True, yeah. So I'd still like an edited version, though.
Oh, okay.
Even if we're the only ones listening, I still wanted edited.
Of course.
Yeah. Why I picked How I Met Your Mother. I picked it because I've watched some episodes here and there and enjoyed the characters. And I picked the show because I've heard about the ending. Mm-hmm. And I've heard that from hearing about the ending, I thought I would hate it. So I picked it because I thought it would be a fun one to talk about which has a terrible ending.
So you're just getting that out there right now that the show has a terrible ending?
I'm getting it out there. That's why I picked the show.
Oh, okay. Now,
I picked the show
wait,
because...
which show has a terrible ending? How I Met Your Mother or First Last?
Oh, First Last Podcast has a terrible ending.
We always have a terrible ending.
Like starts off strong, always, right?
Every time.
But like
Just kind of peters off.
arguably terrible endings.
Yeah, somewhere around the 15-minute mark, we really jump the shark. Every episode. Usually a series, there's one episode that you can pick where you're like, okay, that's where the series jumped the shark. No, every episode of ours you can find, okay, that's where they jumped the shark.
Yeah, it's just the minute. The minute mark is really all the only mystery in there.
Right.
Yeah. So, but it's usually around 15. I would say today it was dead on 15.
Yeah, almost exact.
Yeah,
it was pretty perfect. We've had some practice. Now, yes, you picked How I Met Your Mother. I have seen some episodes throughout my life.
Okay.
Because my wife, Sarah, watched the show.
Right.
She enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I would rather watch the original, which was called Friends.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. So originally there was a show called Friends, and then when that ended, they decided to kind of reboot the series, and so they created How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. They were going to call it Friends again, but they didn't. They called it How I Met Your Mother.
No, they wanted a really long title that they knew people would have to abbreviate.
Yeah, exactly. Which is cool, right? So instantly, it's cool.
Oh, is that how that works?
I think that's how that works. I think if you shorten things, it's cooler.
People are probably thinking that about the show right now. Who's calling me right now? We're in the middle of something.
Don't they know you are a busy man?
I guess not. I don't. You know what? They might know, but there's some people who just don't care. And I find that to be inconsiderate. But let's get back to How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
Yes, you had mentioned before that at some point you wanted to talk about this show on our show.
I did want to talk about this show on our show. And we've seen episodes of the show, but none of those matter because this show...
they weren't first or last. I had never seen the first episode. I had never seen the last two episodes because thankfully the final episode was a two-parter. Yes,
thankfully.
Yeah.
So I also...
I'd always been lost in the show.
I also hadn't seen the last episode. So it was... we erased all the middle episodes out of our mind, and we first lasted it.
I think I did that long before we decided to do this show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those were gone. I know that I've watched them at some point, but nope, nothing. So, at this point you might be thinking, does Alex like it or does he not? You probably don't know at this point.
I am trying to figure that out. That's all I've been trying to figure out. If it seems like I'm off my game right now, that is why. It's all I'm trying to do is figure out if you like it or not, and I can't tell.
So I'm going to I'm just going to give it to you. I'm just going to come right out. I'm not going to give you my rating because that's ridiculous. Because we do ratings at the end.
Spoilers. Ratings at the end.
Yeah. I did not like this at all. In fact, I laughed one time during I don't think I laughed during the first episode. I laughed one time during one of the last episodes. I don't remember which time.
This is going to be interesting because I obviously said I picked it because I had heard about the ending and thought that was a terrible ending. I loved it.
Oh, of course you did.
I absolutely loved it.
Oh, God.
And maybe it was just because it was Saturday morning that I watched it. I watched it right before we started recording this. But it was pretty fantastic.
Okay. First episode... opens up with Marshall wanting to propose to Lily. I hate that I know their names so well. Marshall's getting ready to propose to Lily. They've been together since, I think, the first day of college.
I think that's what they said, yeah. They said first year of college, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Ted is in like a rut, I guess. He doesn't... I don't know if I'd even call it a rut, because he doesn't seem to really do anything to try and be with someone, like relationship-wise?
No, it's just, I think he's having one of those moments that you just kind of sit there and you're like, oh man, my best friend's getting married and I'm alone.
Sure. There's so that's the story with Marshall and Lily. Ted goes out to the bar with Barney, who is insufferable in this first episode.
Come on.
I love Neil Patrick Harris. I absolutely love Neil Patrick Harris. I hate him.
No way.
Yes.
Barney is so funny.
Sure. And they play this game. Well, Barney plays the game. Ted's just kind of along, called Have You Met Ted?
Great game.
And so what he does is he goes up, Barney just turns to a woman and says, "Hey, have you met my friend Ted?" And then the two of them have to talk.
Yes, they are kind of forced into a talking situation, which it has happened to me before in my life. And it's awkward, but it gets the conversation rolling.
There you go.
Yeah, so you get to talk to somebody who maybe you wouldn't have had the guts to before.
Right. And at the bar, Ted meets Robin. And the whole premise, you guys already know this by now, the whole premise is it's years in the future, and the dad is telling the kids how he met their mother.
Yeah, Bob Saget is telling his kids how he met their mother.
Yeah.
It's Bob Saget's voice when he's an adult.
Right. Somehow his voice changes to the point where he sounds like Bob Saget.
Yeah, exactly. Although he doesn't look like Bob Saget.
No.
Like, even...
Or even sound like him in the final episode when we see old
Very
Ted.
true. Very true. Yeah.
Trust me, that's the least of the problems.
Yeah, so in the bar, that's where he meets Robin, and he thinks that she's going to be like he's just totally infatuated with her, and she's going to be the one. He's just crazy for her. And he goes on a date, and everything's working out perfect. She fits his list, if the list in his head, whatever the 5 items are, she fits them all.
So she has to like dogs. She has to not like olives, because he likes olives. That's a Marshall and Lily thing. She has to quote Ghostbusters.
Drink scotch.
And I think there's another one that I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So it's 4 or 5 things, and she fits the list. The obscure list that you shouldn't really base who you're going to be with off of.
I want to say something right now. I hate how well prepared I feel for this show. Like, there's some shows that I love that I don't feel anywhere near as prepared to talk about.
Right. Yeah,
the fact that I was able to just ramble that off.
I know, it sounds so far like you just have it all. It's just good. It's good because
I'm really upset.
I just finished watching it, so it's kind of fresh in my mind, but it's also all jumbled up.
Speaking of jumbled up, the last episode. But no.
Okay, we'll get there. Let's just get this first out of the way, though. Let's just say, okay, so...
They're on their date. It goes well until he says, "I love you."
Yeah, classic. Till he says, "I love you," she's freaked out. It doesn't work out. He doesn't kiss her.
The blue French horn, too, looks like a...
Yeah. Smurf penis.
Smurf penis.
Don't say Smurf penis on a date.
Except it works with her.
Yep. It works with her.
Funny.
Tells her he loves her. Doesn't kiss her 3 times. And... it doesn't work out. Nope. And then at the last line of the show, he says, "That's how I met your Aunt Robin," which is, I don't know. You don't like that twist? Pretty great.
Well, okay. So I had already seen some of the episodes, so I had known that. But having it be I don't know why. Okay, so they explain it in the end why it takes so long for him to tell this story, and that was actually something that I did like. Like, they give an explanation for why this story has to take, 7 seasons. 5? I don't know how many seasons.
9 seasons.
9? This was on for 9 seasons?
I know. That's what...
People watched it for 9 seasons?
And then we'll get to the end, but they totally explain... They totally say, they whatever I'm usually thinking during this show, where I was like, that was ridiculous, they follow it up. They explain it away.
So let's get to the last episode.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, one last thing of the first episode. Barney saying "suit up." It's amazing. And then being so disappointed, even though Ted has never done it. He's so disappointed every time. It's so funny. Final episode. Go.
I'm not giving a response.
Final episode. I feel like you're taking some middle episode baggage with you, which is not what we do.
Oh, no. Okay, so hold on. You want me to give you some stuff about the first episode? The timing was terrible. Every joke from me fell flat. Nothing was funny.
Okay.
not at all. The acting, which can happen a lot of times in pilot episodes, was exceedingly poor. It was so bad. The one who plays Lily, I actually, like, I had watched Buffy when I was younger.
Yeah,
and,
Allison Hannigan.
Yeah, she was in Buffy. I liked her there. For some reason, she was terrible in the first episode. She was so bad. Jason Segel as the, as Chandler didn't work for me either. Mm-hmm. And you know, I feel like we'll get to the whole Friends analog later.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll get to that later. It's okay. That's fine. I don't see any of those, but we'll carry on. Yeah,
you're blinded by your love of the middle episodes.
Me, no.
The middle episodes have blinded you.
No. I completely got rid of the middle episodes.
I don't think so.
I definitely did. I really liked the opening. I laughed out loud a couple times.
Oh God. Okay, get to the last episode.
Okay, so last episode, like you said, jumbled around. We start at Robin and Barney's wedding.
Yeah.
And Ted is leaving to Chicago.
And Ted's kind of a dick.
Here's the thing. Here's what I got out of Ted, basically right away. He is tired. He feels down. Like,
yeah.
I can already tell. I just, like, on Netflix, I go all the way down to season 9, and then I scroll all the way down to the last episode.
Yeah.
And I said, there's a lot of episodes here.
There's
a lot of time in between, and as soon as I start, I can see that in Ted's face. He looks like a man who has been had no luck in love for 9 years.
Yeah. Also still kind of a dick.
It seems like it's tough for him. And again, he's seeing his 2 friends get married, who one of them he thought he was going to be with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like leaving, I would say he does seem like Dick in it.
Yeah, he's going to leave their wedding early.
He's going to leave their wedding in the middle.
Yeah.
But also, I can see it in his face that he's worn.
Sure.
Yeah, so then he gets to his going aways.
Okay, sorry. Just to butt in here.
Yeah.
Especially this first part, felt like a soap opera. The music that they used was super soap opera-ish. That's not a word, but people know
right, except for it was not...
It was totally a soap opera.
It was not zoom-in camera for facial expression stuff. Like, it wasn't that type of soap opera.
No, it's not like Telemundo soap opera.
Yeah.
But it was like midday America soap opera. Okay. I'm so happy we're talking about this, Dean.
Carry on.
So it flashes. Okay, so he's at the bus station because at the wedding he looks over and he sees the bassist who's playing, and he just like falls in love with her. Just looking at her.
Well, he says she's cute.
Sure.
I would actually say at that point he didn't. He didn't fall in love with her just looking at her like he did with Robin. He just looked at her and thought she was cute and then left. Barney even said, "Come talk to her," and he's like, "Nah."
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
So he leaves. He's at the bus station talking to and there's an old lady there who's kind of telling the story to. Mm-hmm. And she's saying, "Oh, you got to go back. You got to go back. It's what if it's fate? What if that's the person you have to be with?" And he's just saying, "No, I'm leaving for Chicago tomorrow."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He doesn't really want to get into anything because everything else hasn't worked out in the past.
Yeah.
Why would this one?
Exactly, and he's about to go to Chicago, right? So it would be probably in his mind he's already like, okay, let's just start over in Chicago. I don't want to try something else here and get in the way again.
And then the lady's like, "Oh, is that her?" And of course, she, the bassist, is standing right there at the train station. There's 3 people at the train station, and she happens to be one of them.
Fate. He said that was the only way he was gonna talk to her, is if some huge sign.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It is. It is crazy.
It's crazy. Like, what are the odds? Seriously, what are the odds?
Okay, but seriously, why would they make a show if it wasn't...
Period.
No, why would they make a show if it wasn't something amazing that happened? Yeah. Think about that.
I don't even care at this point.
Think about that.
I'm not thinking about it.
You can't pick out things that are circumstantial.
I can't?
No, I don't allow it.
Fine.
So yeah, he goes up and talks to her. They click, and that is when I would say he had his Ted moment of falling in love.
Yeah.
In the rain under the umbrella. And you know what? She has like pretty great written lines, I think. I'm not sure she always delivers them very well, but I think her lines are really, really jive with his. Yeah.
Yeah. They seem like they'll get along. And they do. They're planning their wedding, and then she gets pregnant, and then there's no wedding. There's babies.
Mm-hmm. They have two.
Yep. Barney and Robin get divorced because she's always traveling around for work. She's a world reporter.
Yeah, here's the thing. She has 5 dogs.
Who watches the dogs?
How does she take care of 5 dogs if she is a world travel reporter?
I asked that in the first episode when she said she was going to San Francisco.
Oh, you're like, who's taking care of those dogs?
I'm like, who's watching the dogs?
Yeah.
She's got 5 of them.
And like that was just like a one-off thing because she wasn't very big at that point. But now she's like the biggest television reporter, and she still has 5 dogs. She still has 5 dogs.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
But the story is that she travels around so much that when Barney doesn't go with her, he misses her. Mm-hmm. But when he does go with her, they never get to see each other because she's always working, and they're fighting all the time. And she tells him, she says, "If I was to give you an out right now, would you take it?"
Yeah, and he takes it. And they do it, and then he goes back to his single life because that's who he is. He gives a "This is who I am" speech. Just let me be it. And he does a challenge for himself, which is to be with 31 women in 31 days.
Yep.
And the last one of the month, he gets pregnant, which as he's telling the group, Jim Nance just pops up out of smoke. I guess it's in his mind.
I guess.
And he just turns to Jim Nance and he says, like, "Jim Nance, give me some advice." And he just says, "You're on your own, bro." And then like disappears. And I like to think that was the only time Jim Nance was in the whole series. Just to pop up and say, "You're on your own, bro," and then disappear. I laughed out loud.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. You laughed.
I laughed out loud, yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good to
know. Do you remember what a laugh is?
Trust me. I know what laughs are.
Oh, okay.
I spent all yesterday, well, not all yesterday, I watched all of the newest season of Wet Hot American Summer, and I laughed my ass off.
That was laughs. Okay. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, you will, to see real comedy.
Because I'm confused. I'm confused at what laughs are.
Clearly.
Because I felt like I had them. I also had tears, but like we don't need to get into that.
Oh, God. You felt something?
Dude, I cried more times than Lily cried, and she cries in every scene.
Oh, my God.
She cries in every scene. There's one scene she shows up with tears in her eyes already.
It's when she's the whale?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she a whale or is she a sperm?
No, she's a whale.
She looks like a sperm.
Oh, I think that's the joke. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
All right. So they decide, because Lily and Marshall keep having kids, their place is too small, and apparently rodent infested. They decide that they're going to leave. They got to get somewhere bigger. And so because
it was either get somewhere bigger or the next crib goes in the shower.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which I'm guessing you laughed at.
Nope, I didn't laugh.
Oh.
I cried at that part.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There.
I had only 2 emotions. Yeah, I had only 2 emotions through it. So it's really a flip. Which one? Let's just do that. Let's keep going through the things that happen, and I'll say if I laughed or cried.
Okay. So then there is the... they throw a Halloween party, which is kind of like a goodbye to the place party, to their house party.
Yeah.
And they're... Everyone's there. Somehow Robin shows up too for some reason. Because they're supposed to be together at all the big moments.
Yeah. Well, also she does like live there. Like she has a place. She has to come see the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the big moments are just walking her dog once every 4 months.
Yeah. Barney's there. He's hitting on
anybody,
women police officers.
Yeah.
Pretty much anyone who he can hit on, though.
Yeah.
And then Robin comes in and sees him hitting on people, and for some reason she's sad.
What do you mean for some reason she's sad? That's her ex-husband.
Yes, but she also didn't want to be in that relationship either. Is he not supposed to When she's talking to when she's talking to Lily later, she says it like he shouldn't be doing this.
No, she didn't. Not that he shouldn't be doing it. It just sucks. It's another one of those things where it's, you've done this with your life, you're alone, and this person who you were with is now not.
And then she sees Ted, and he's there with Tracy, and they're getting along, and that makes her sad too, because every choice that she's made has been terrible. And then she goes up to see the apartment one last time. Lily comes out. They have their talk. And Robin says she's got to leave. She'll always be her friend, but she can't be around for it anymore.
Yeah. And there's almost nothing more pathetic looking than someone crying in a Halloween costume. Because, like, the Halloween costume is just so silly.
And I'm guessing you cried like a baby.
Well, there's crying, but then it kind of moved a little bit into laughter, just because it just looks so funny. You're dressed up, you did something so silly, and you're crying. But
so later,
okay. So wait, I just want to say that.
Oh, there's more.
The show is a lot like the finale is just like it's just full of all these big moments as whatever. Like
they keep jumping in time.
They just keep jumping to all the big moments. But these are the times, like the big moments are the times when you think these things. Like the big moments are the times when you're like, oh, this is this person's life doing this. What am I doing? Right. So I understand even though it might not make much sense, I understand in a big moment, Robin being like, oh, this guy who I was married to and he's talking to girls. This guy who I had a chance to date and didn't is also having kids and being like, where am I?
Right.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So then Marshall becomes judge, and then he's going to be a Supreme Court judge, state Supreme Court judge.
Right.
Other things that happen. Barney finally meets his baby, and he falls in love with the baby. He says, "You are the love of my life.
Yes,
I now live for you."
That scene was perfect until he started talking. So I think all that should have happened is he should have just went in there, because he's still like, oh, I need all these women. This is who I am. I think he should have went in there, picked up the baby, and just had like that facial expression that he had, and then cut away.
I agree with what you just said there, but I would take it to an extreme and say all of them should just be silent scenes.
Right.
And you just like figure out what's happening just by
Are they miming or they're just facial expressions?
Just facial expressions.
Okay, yeah. Because that'll be better acting.
It would be.
Yeah. I just think I think it got too cheesy with his.
It did. It really
with his line. Yeah. But like right until he started talking, it was kind of amazing.
You're gonna go so far as to say amazing?
Yeah. I like that idea.
I'm really looking forward to a time where I absolutely love a show and you hate it.
Yeah, I can give you a list of shows that... Well, see, the thing is, I thought I would hate this one. I thought I would hate the finale. And, well, we haven't got to what happens in the end, which is the hateful part. But
okay, so they introduce the mother just to kill her off.
Yeah, well, like...
The only reason she's on the show.
Like, the very last episode, he meets her. There's something... Yeah. Like, we've gone through 9 seasons.
Because they wanted to trick the audience into thinking Ted and Robin would never get together.
Right, yeah.
It was so stupid. Seriously, the only reason that they brought in the mom was to say, oh, okay, this is why the kids are here, but she's really not that important.
She's very important. What do you mean she's not that important? She's not important to the television show.
Sure,
she's important to Ted. It's not just like, yeah.
No. I'm saying like to the show itself. She's really not that important.
Okay, yeah. I could say her personally, yeah, it's not that important. Like
the show is called How I Met Your Mother, but it really is just why I want to bang your Aunt Robin.
Kind of, yeah.
They brought the mom into the show.
Yeah,
to get the kids there. They kill her off, and the whole story. The reason it takes so long is because Ted is trying to convince his kids. Well, the kids see that that after 6 years of she's been dead, the mom's been dead for 6 years, that he can go off now and get with Robin, and they're cool with it. They say go do it.
Yeah, for sure. There's no feelings throughout the whole thing, though, that this is what Ted wanted all along. That Ted was just like, oh, I'm with this girl and I'm just thinking about Robin. There's none of that. There's nothing, no regret, nothing like that. But she like, unfortunately she died. And then 6 years later, I do like when the kids are like, this isn't a story about mom. Like, she just showed up in this last part of it. Like, this is a story about Robin, and you just want to ask us if it's okay if you ask her out.
Right.
Which just I don't know, it feels like a real moment where a father would disguise what he's telling a story about and painting Robin in a good light so that he can then ask if he can call her up.
Yeah, I actually didn't hate that.
Yeah, when I heard that the mom dies and he just gets together with Robin, that's what I hated. I just didn't like it. But when watching it, I thought it fit really well. I thought they did it. Like, it felt like, when I heard it, it felt like a cop-out. But when I watched it, it was like, oh no, they just, like, it was kind of the plan the whole time. Maybe it wasn't. Like, maybe they just did it at the end. But, like, it felt like it was the plan the whole time. With that explanation of what the story is.
Yeah. I actually, like I said, I didn't hate that. I liked that it was the kids who called him out on it.
Called him out, yeah. And in that scene, he's not Bob Saget. Very disappointed.
Yeah, he should have been
He should have been Bob Saget in that scene.
Yeah, so that was How I Met Your Mother.
That was it. Yeah.
Semicolon, why I want to go bang your Aunt Robin.
Why I currently, right now, want to go bang your Aunt Robin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, let's do Hero and Zero.
Okay, Hero and Zero. You want me to go?
Please, because I don't know what I'm going to do here.
Okay. So let's go with...
Oh, no, I know what I'll do.
You know what? You go then. You go.
Okay. Well, my hero right away is Marshall.
Yeah, okay.
Just because he seems to be actually the one that I can relate to the most. Mm-hmm. This is hard because, I mean, I still don't really like them that much. But out of all of them, just Marshall would be... I think for this, I'm definitely pulling... from middle episodes and clips that I have seen of his character. You're not allowed to do that. I don't care. I dislike these 3 episodes so much that I just don't give a shit. Okay. So Marshall is my hero. My zero is probably... there's 2 of them here. Barney might be my zero. Mm-hmm. And trust me, I absolutely love Neil Patrick Harris. I really do. But the first episode, I found him to be incredibly annoying. Mm-hmm. None of his jokes really worked for me. There was something off with the timing of everything in that first episode. So maybe it was just that. Maybe his jokes would have went over better later.
Right. Like maybe it was the time of day you watched it. Maybe that's the timing that was off. You got to try it at 8 in the morning, man.
I won't do that.
Okay.
So then in the last episode, there's been almost 9 years worth of character work done on him, and it all just goes away. And then it takes the baby to bring him back. I didn't like how they did like a soft reboot of his character. I didn't care. I didn't really like him in the episode. Or Robin could be my least favorite, but
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my hero's Barney. I really
thought you'd say Ted.
Ted's not really great in any of these episodes, though. I thought he was fine, but I'm not sure he did anything to be my hero. Okay. Whereas I actually did enjoy Barney's jokes a lot. He made me laugh a lot of the time. Yeah, so Barney would be my hero. I liked the character stuff in the last episode as well.
Okay.
The zero, I would probably... I can't really go with Robin because... I don't know. I just don't think there's enough there for a zero. I didn't think really any of the 5 main characters were a zero. So you know what? I'm going to go with zero is the cab driver who was drinking with them at the bar.
Really?
Does that guy not have to go out?
That's the ultimate cop-out.
Does that guy not have to go out and drive his cab after?
He ends up being Barney's driver, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Well, we first lasted it. We should know everything about this show.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Barney's driver.
Yeah, he becomes Barney's driver later. Really, that's your zero.
I honestly,
I feel like you should have just said pass. I would have felt better with that.
I'll go with pass then. Honestly, I got nothing. I got nothing for it.
Okay, everyone's so perfect.
Everyone for me was enjoyable, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really hate anybody in it.
Okay. You don't have to. There's nothing that says you have to hate anyone.
Good. I'm glad. Oh, that would suck.
All right. Right before we get into ratings, I do want to talk a little bit, and trust me, I'm not the only one to say this, that there are many similarities with the show Friends.
Yes, right. Definitely.
Almost all the big moments, as Lily puts it, are Friends moments. It's almost the exact same show. The characters are mostly the same in almost every way.
A little bit, yes.
So that and I would much rather watch. I'd much rather watch Friends if I had to watch one of the shows. Mm-hmm. Sarah just heard that, and I heard her say for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've never really cared for the show that much. I can see why people would like it. It's really not my thing. I tend to not like too many sitcoms.
Yeah. So the guys definitely have the parallel to Friends. I don't really see the girl characters having the parallel to Friends though. But yes, I would agree. I would definitely rather watch Friends. Friends is a fantastic show. Basically, like you said, though, you don't really watch sitcoms. Like sitcoms are often all Friends analogs. Like there's always the one friend who is the single guy who's sleeping around, and then there's usually always the funny friend, the witty funny friend, and then there's always the friend who it's based off of who. Yeah,
but that doesn't give, just because other shows do it doesn't give this show a pass.
No, I know, but also I think there's enough of what I've first lasted. I think there's enough difference, but
I don't know. This isn't something that I enjoy. It's something that I can definitely see people enjoying, though. And if you do, great. Like, I played up a lot of my hate for this show. I didn't like it, but just so everyone knows, like, I played up a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because I love to give Dean a hard time.
Well, and like you said, like, you didn't get any of the timing, like, you didn't like it, so it is, but you do like Friends, so it is quite different in joke-wise than Friends.
Oh, for
I would
sure.
say that for sure. Which, again, I would prefer Friends style, but I enjoyed this. I did like it.
Sure. Yeah. So
but definitely way different.
Yeah.
So so I'm acknowledging the comparison, but I mean it's definitely a different show. The three guys are comparable, but like you can't compare the girls. Who would you compare the girls to? Who's Robin? Just Rachel, just because Ross is interested in Rachel, and just because Ted is interested in Robin. Like, they're not really that similar.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, it's the guys for sure are the exact same people.
Yeah.
Then the plot points are a lot of the same.
Okay, yeah, like Ted's more of a romantic and Ross is more of a pathetic guy. But yeah, I guess, yeah.
I don't. Okay, Ross also changed. This isn't a show about Friends, but Ross also changes as the show goes on.
Okay,
like he's a lot closer to Ted at the beginning of Friends.
Yeah.
He becomes more and more pathetic as the show goes on.
Yeah.
But
so if we go with this, then like for Barney, he's like in this last episode, he has these like elaborate plans to get with women, and like that's just wouldn't be a Joey thing.
No, because Joey would just do it. But
yeah,
their methods are a little different, but what they're doing is exactly the same.
Yeah, true.
So I don't really.
I'm going with Chandler and whatever Marshall.
Monica.
Okay. Yeah, Chandler and Marshall, where they're both the funny guy, the witty funny guy, but like they don't share the same like personality traits. Like Chandler's super afraid of like commitment and all this stuff, and like Marshall doesn't have any of that. He's completely opposite.
Right, but there's way too many similarities here for me.
Okay.
That I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I would just
rather pop in Friends.
I'd rather watch Friends.
Yeah.
So, my rating...
And people, We cannot live in a world with Friends and How I Met Your Mother. You have to choose.
Right. It's 2 shows enter, 1 show leaves.
Kumite.
And Dean, I think that... No, because you said you'd rather watch Friends anyway. I feel like we need 2 people. We need one who's on the Friends side and one who's on the How I Met Your Mother side, and just have them fight it out.
Oh, I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be like Game of Thrones style. Like, we pick the fighter who, like it wouldn't be you and me. We wouldn't have to do that.
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So we'll pick someone who likes How I Met Your Mother. We'll pick someone who likes Friends, and they'll battle it out. And
for our pleasure, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we'll record it and not release it.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of that said, my rating would probably be like a 5. It's sort of right down the middle for me. There's nothing exciting about this show. There's nothing that I actually hate about it either.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing that excites me. It's a 5.
That's interesting. I'm going through some of our ratings, and
I'm going to grab that sheet right now.
Okay, you're going through some of these ratings. You 5'd Quantum Leap, which was a show you were basically defending the whole time.
Right.
You 6'd Prison Break, which is a show you were pleasantly surprised with and basically really liked. And you've been trashing How I Met Your Mother the entire episode and given it a 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Wild card. You don't know what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I feel like this was just a give me a hard time show.
It was. I was waiting for this for a very long time. Yeah. So this show gets a 5 from me. Like I said, not my favorite, but I don't really hate anything about it.
Right.
But if you like it, great. I hope you watch all 9 seasons of it.
I probably won't watch all 9 seasons of it.
Well, you don't have to, now that we first lasted it.
I basically already did. Yeah. That's why we do this. But I honestly just loved it from start to finish. And I'm giving it a 9. It happened. It's down. It's on paper now. I don't know, do you write it in pencil?
No, it's in pen.
It's in pen? Okay. It's in pen. I've typed it into my computer. I've put locks on the file so that I cannot delete that. It's in there for life. Dean,
you're way nicer looking at our ratings than I am.
Do you think I'm going to look back at this and I'm going to be like telling my kids in a few years, and we'll be going through this list, and I'll be saying, it'll be like why I rated this show, and we'll get to How I Met Your Mother, and I'll be like embarrassed.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope you'll be embarrassed by this later in life.
And then my kids will be like, no, you didn't want to rate it a 9. You just wanted to bang Aunt Robin.
I think that's everyone's story.
That's how every story ends.
Yep. Yeah. They just...
Your kids
it's
are just
really
like,
not
no,
about the story.
This isn't a lesson. This is just you want permission for something.
Yeah. You want to bang Aunt Robin. Yeah. You want to do X. I think that's...
Like do ecstasy?
No. X is in like a variable.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, it's just a stand-in.
Right. Okay. Maybe say like Y next time.
Because you want to do Y.
No, I think because then it's what. It's
not.
You want to do. It's not what. It's the wrong word.
Right. You want to do who? That's a sticky situation. That works for here.
Does fit. You could say you want to do Z, but we say Z and you say Z, so that'd be very confusing to our Canadian and American audience.
Z?
We say Z.
That's ridiculous.
Z-E-D.
Z what?
Z.
Oh, Z-E-D. You're spelling it out. So you say the word as you spell it out.
Yeah, Z-E-D.
Z-E-D. That sounds ridiculous. Just say Z like a normal person.
No, I refuse to. I refuse to.
If you don't do it like it's done in America, it's just not normal.
You know what? I'm good doing things our own way. I don't need... I can spell color with an O and a U. I don't need just the O.
Pretty much anything we do, like, change it. Please. Change all of it.
I'm trying.
Let's get out of here.
Later.